I don't know what happened, but as soon as I got into the DJ Head topic, all of a sudden the damn live stream started glitching. So I had to shut it down, reboot, and come back. So I'm gonna give the people a little time to fall back in. You feel me? And I even added a new topic because I seen somebody put it in the comments. They said, "Did you see Kev expose the racist moderators on the Apollo's channel?" And I said, "Oh, y'all must be talking about that debate they had about the Hispanic gangs being racist and the racist jokes at Kevin Hart's roast." So I said, okay, let me add that to the topic list. But we definitely finna get back into that DJ Head topic because that is real important to talk about right now. In the era of the biased media, the payola, it's hard to find somewhere to go to get an unbiased opinion, and it needs to be addressed because the West Coast voice needs to be respected. And things like this has to stop happening in order for that to happen. So before I play the video, I'm gonna give the algorithm a time to let y'all fall back in. You feel me? So if you was on the last stream, go ahead, fall back in, hit the like button on your way in, man. Let's go viral.
Whoa, look, it's time to go viral. I'm homicidal, I'm killing all my rivals. I'm the man, shit, I put that on the Bible. I Spotify my target, cause you know I got the title. Hey, I'm a Mac too. I told baby shake that ass like she Apple. She said it's real, so she got my name tattooed. House full, so I hit it in the back room. Whoa, baby said she need it now, peep the urgency. I want a little Kim before she had the surgery. Leg spread on that hardcore poster. She love twerking, she just do it for the coach. Big dog, bull massive. 6 tray Chevrolet, I'm classic. All these niggas mad at me, that's tragic. The main bitch in the bed, that's graphic. Yeah, we about to go viral. Hey, we about to go viral.
Yeah, we back. Let's get into this DJ Head situation. Now, if y'all don't know what's going on, DJ Head made a video, posted the video. He was on a podcast with Gina Views, and he stated that he edited the disses out of Drake's Too Hard for the Radio. He said, basically, the song is too hard not to play, but my allegiance is to Kendrick. So I'm going to play the record, but I'm not going to allow the diss lines to fly. And to me, that's not hip hop. To me, that is beyond bias. That's actually disgusting. I would have rather him not play the record at all. He tried to double back and say it was a joke, but that shit wasn't no joke. Imagine DJs playing Ether and taking out all of Jay-Z's diss lines, all the lines about Jay out of the song. Imagine DJs playing Takeover and taking all of the lines about Nas out of the song. Imagine DJs playing Tupac's Hit 'Em Up and taking all of the lines about Biggie out of the song because the song was too fire to play, but their allegiance was to an artist. See, that's why I said earlier on the last stream that the culture and rap, hip hop is the program. The artists underneath the program are not bigger than the program. So Kendrick isn't bigger than the program. Drake isn't bigger than the program. Jay's not bigger than the program, et cetera, et cetera. If you're going to play the music, play it unbiasedly or don't play it at all. But let's get into what DJ Head said, man, because as a West Coast podcaster, as someone from the West Coast who wants his voice to be viewed as unbiased, this was disgusting, and this puts a black eye on the coast because it confirms all of the chatter from everywhere else in the world about the West being biased. In the West, you can't really take what they say serious. It's takes like this, it's things like this that make them say those things, which is not true for all of us. But let me play the video, and hopefully they don't take the stream down like they did on the last one. Give me a second. Let me share the video. Let me pull the page up. DJ Head, come on, bro. Is this it? Yep. All right, we got action. Let's see if it'll play the video. Let's see if it'll play the video.
The Too Hard for the Radio is controversial because On one side, I've gotten that he's intentionally trying to drive a wedge between LA and the Bay. I don't buy that. I don't subscribe to that. The Bay and LA, we fuck with each other. I'm not contributing to that conversation or narrative that there's gonna be like you're not gonna do that with me or my platform.
Wait, what you're saying? You don't believe that he's doing it, or you're saying it's impossible to happen?
Nothing's impossible. I'm not participating in that though. In that narrative of like yeah, well, the LA shouldn't support that song because it's him. It's like, no, nigga, if the niggas want to hear the records, play the records. I don't like it. Don't whatever, cool. But for the people for the DJs, I'll say this, for the DJs who feel conflicted, if you go to djhead.com, I have an edit of Too Hard for the Radio that you can play without disses in it. It's just a DJ Head edit that you can play free of charge. You can download it. Go to DJ.
What did you remove?
Well, he said
right. He says he's trying to cause a wedge between the Bay and LA. What the fuck is DJ Head talking about? Go play that song. What is he talking about? Too Hard for the Radio was a response, in my opinion, to the line of Kendrick basically alluding to Drake can't go to the Bay. He's basically saying on Not Like Us, y'all remember that line that he said about Drake? You think the Bay gonna let you disrespect Pac, nigga? Oakland show might be your last stop, nigga. So he like, what? I can't go to the Bay. Not only am I going to the Bay, I'm gonna make a song dedicated to one of the Bay Area's biggest legends, and I'm gonna borrow some of his influence on the song. Mac Dre, Too Hard for the Radio. Where the fuck did that cause a wedge between the Bay and LA? I don't understand how he pieced that together. There's already a wedge between the Bay and LA simply due to our cultures. The Bay don't want to be known as Baby LA, and LA don't want to be known as the Baby Bay. LA wants to be known as, man, we LA, this our culture, and the Bay wants to be known as, man, we the Bay, this our culture. LA, we got the gang banging, gangster rap. The Bay, we got hyphy, we got E40, like we all got our own legends. So there's always been competition between the Bay and LA. It had zero to do with Drake. So I don't know what the DJ Head is talking about, and I don't know what possessed him to go make an edit and take out all of the disses. That was the lamest, most cornball, non-hip-hop shit I ever heard from a DJ. That's disgusting. That's more disgusting than the rant that DJ Funk Flex went on about Tupac. It's crazy, man.
Something about mustard. He said something about I forgot. It was like a couple things he said. I don't remember the bars, but I just remember it was like some little slick shit that he said. So those things have been removed, and you can play the DJ Head version free and clear with guilt free.
Who's the targeted consumer for that song? For your edit?
For my edit, for the DJs.
Where?
In LA.
Because we don't want to disrespect Mustard.
Because people feel conflicted about playing a song that's taking shots at the homies. So this one doesn't have that.
It's a little contradiction.
Why?
The people who wouldn't play it.
Oh, because it's taking because
when did we ever give a fuck about niggas taking shots at each other and them? Because we'll play some shit from some niggas from LA taking shots at niggas from LA.
Yeah. No, it's definitely I get what you're saying, 100%. But I made the edit, so it's there for you to have at it.
Look at you benefiting off of a Drake song.
I'm not charging nothing.
You're not charging nothing, but it will drive traffic to your website.
I'm not monetizing my website.
I didn't say that. I said drive traffic. You see how a nigga will flip your words in your face?
Well, I'm not. Yeah. Okay. Well, I could put it on somebody else's website, but I felt.
Yeah, that was crazy. He said the DJs are conflicted to play the song because he's dissing the homies. What a homie should understand, this is hip hop. This is a business, and we need to hear both sides unbiasedly. It's like going to a rap battle, letting your homie rap, and then when your homie opponent is about to rap, you mute his mic. You let your homie rap all three verses. But when his opponent goes to rap, you mute his opponent's mic because he's dissing your homie. Nigga, this is a battle. This is bigger than your homie shit, your friendship shit. Yes, we're y'all friends behind the scenes, cool. But when it comes to the music, the fans don't care about that shit. We don't give a fuck about y'all friendship. We don't give a fuck about y'all being homies. None of that. If you felt your homie really won and watched this nigga, you playing the record shouldn't matter. If it's a hot record, it's a hot record. Because why play the record at all if you feel conflicted? If your loyalty seems conflicted for playing a record that's in demand, that makes zero sense. If your homie cannot understand that, that's not your real homie. What is the point of taking the disses out and then playing a song? We still know he dissed your homie. So why play the song at all? Why support it at all if you drawing that type of line in the sand? That makes zero sense.
Like they was gonna take it down.
She gave it to Mustard.
I could send it to him. I don't think he gonna play it either way. Okay, so
wait, I do want to know, did you actually like that song? I thought that would have been your favorite one from the album.
I like the song. So there's a couple things that, and I don't know how much I can get into it, but the second half of that song, I don't know why he did so many beat switches on this album.
He does that. He's done that multiple times on multiple albums.
But to me, it's just a lot on this one. I don't know. Maybe I'm just.
It's more music. It's more of the rap music.
Got you.
It's just more of it. It's no different than all of the.
I wasn't feeling that, man. I wasn't feeling that. That is absolutely biased, and I get I get that Kendrick is his homie, and he's letting you know he's picking sides. But to me, that's weak. That's weak to me. If you're gonna cover the beef, if you're gonna cover the artist, cover what they both doing. Period. Cover what they both doing, or don't cover it at all. Because it makes our opinions look weak. It makes it look biased, which it is. I just didn't like that, bro. I never in the history of rap have I heard a DJ play a diss song and take the disses out of the song. That is crazy to me. That's crazy. Think about your favorite diss songs in hip hop history. Imagine a DJ taking that song and taking all of the diss lines out of it and then playing the song. That is like shit like that makes you want to get on Drake's side. When niggas be too biased, when it's too biased, it will make you go to the other side, even if you think the other side is losing. Because it's just too much glazing. It's too much. All right, cuz it's disgusting now. I can't even stomach this shit. Especially if you are a fan of the culture, because whether Drake wins or Kendrick wins, the culture wins in the end. It don't really matter who wins the beef. That's some personal shit. Oh, Kendrick, my favorite artist. I want him to win. Drake, my favorite artist. I want him to win. That's personal. But regardless of who wins, hip hop wins. But when you do shit like this, you lose the integrity. Now I can't trust nothing you saying, because now I got to look at everything you say and wonder, well, are you only saying this because that's your homie? Do you really even like the song? Do you really think your homie won? Now I got to question your every move. So Gina walked him down. I'm glad she kept it real. She kept it honest. But DJ Head, homie, that was trash, bro. And he did mention that he's gonna take Kendrick's side no matter what. He had another clip that I just saw. Hold on, let me pull that clip up, where he stated that it ain't personal. He's just rocking with whatever Kendrick is rocking with. I'd rather you just come out and say that than make a edited diss song. That's trash, bro.
Met the man. I don't have anything personal again. If he walked in right now, I'd be like, "What up, nigga?" and go on about my day. I don't have any ill will towards Drake. Like, my thing is, I know the things that he does behind the scenes. That's lame. I know the things that he says and he's done, quote unquote, behind the scenes. That's lame. I know the people around him who do and say things and how they move. They are lame. However, it's not personal for me. Yes, it's personal when it comes. If you ask me, but that goes for anybody. That goes for me and you. Mm-hmm. Me and you, we cool. But if Dot is like, fuck him, I'm over here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how
you got to pick a side.
That's how I can. Yeah, it's like, it's not. It's
okay, so you said you know what he does behind the scenes and it's lame. Well, instead of saying you know what he does, why don't you air it out? If you're gonna go that far and bring it up, you might as well just air it out. You said what he does behind the scenes is lame. We don't know what he does behind the scenes. So fill us in so we can be in the know of what he's doing that's lame. You said the people around him are doing things behind the scenes that's lame. We don't know what they doing. Fill us in, let us know. Because anybody can say that. Oh, I don't like what he's doing behind the scenes. How can we verify? We don't even know what he's doing behind the scenes. And yes, DJ Akademiks does the same thing. He lets you know he's 100% payola. He's rocking with Drake regardless. That's lame. But yeah, let's continue to hear what he's talking about, man.
It's not like it's deep where it's like he violated and he fucked my baby mama. I don't have no kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That I know of. So I'm just saying, to the point of it being like a thing, it's not a thing. It's just that I'm critiquing and I'm harsh because what happens is we've been this way. It's just now people care what I think. Nothing has changed.
Right.
I'm a fan. I like me. I played this music 2 days ago when I was DJing for Netflix. I play this shit on Netflix.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care like that.
Right.
I don't give a fuck. And as a DJ, an active DJ, not playing one on TV, I play what the people want to hear.
Right.
If you book me right now to go do an all Drake set, I'm gonna do an all Drake set tomorrow.
Right.
I don't give a fuck.
Use promo code TFU10 for 10% off at checkout.
If you're gonna play what the people want to hear, then play it unbiasedly. Don't go edit out the disses because he dissed your homie in there. Either don't play it at all or let it rock. And I see people saying, oh, Drake tried to get Ross jumped. That's lame. What are you talking about? How is that lame? Was it lame when Rick Ross slapped up DJ Vlad? Was that lame? So y'all can't pick and choose with this shit. Ross acting like he in the streets. Ross acting like he a gangster. Well, when he went out there and the white boys got the beating on his homies, that was time to perform. All that gangster shit you be talking, that was time to display that. He didn't. He headed out the back door and didn't do nothing else about it. No get back. Drake didn't get touched. The white boys didn't get touched. Nothing happened. So what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Yes, DJ Akademiks is biased as fuck when it comes to Drake. We know this. That's why I don't care about his opinions when it comes to Drake versus Kendrick. We know he's biased. That's the whole point of this topic. It's hard to go to a source and get an unbiased opinion on Drake versus Kendrick because the industry split in half and they chose a side. Sort of like when Ja Rule was going at 50. It was hard to get an honest take because if you was on 50 side, you couldn't say Ja Rule did nothing good. If you was on Ja's side, you couldn't say 50 did nothing good. So whichever side you listened to, it was biased as fuck. Same thing with Maul. He do the same thing. He's 100% biased towards Drake. We know this. He's OVO. Akademiks just got an OVO chain. We know what side he on. So why y'all listen to these people and expect unbiased takes? I have no idea. I don't like it because when I hear someone talk about the culture, I want to hear them talk unbiasedly. I don't want to hear you trying to big up your homie more than what they really deserve or what they really are. I want to hear unbiased take, bro. Straight up. That's just what it is. So I didn't care for the DJ Head song or what he did. I thought it was lame. I thought it was trash. And that's coming from somebody on the West. And I usually fuck with Gina Views and them from the little clips that I do see. But that was nasty work. Now, somebody gave me a topic that I wasn't even going to talk about. But since y'all put it in the chat, let's talk about it. Kev made a feature on the Apollo. They had a conversation, and the conversation started with, I believe, the Kevin Hart roast and the racist jokes. Then it went to Duno, fat ass, and his racist jokes. And then it fell into are all racist Hispanic gangs, are all Hispanic gangs racist? I don't know if that was the exact order, but I know those conversations were had. Now, as far as the Duno racist joke, where he said, you know, he spit on a black bum and he didn't spit on him because he was a bum, he spit on him because he was black. And then you had these goofies laughing as if that was funny. That was trash. And Duno has done this time and time again. He's used black people to be the butt of his jokes. And as a Hispanic, knowing the West Coast tensions out there, I think it's lame. I think that's how he really feel. He just used the comedy to get his racism off. And the niggas around him seem to not check him about anything. They actually make more excuses than they do standing up for niggas, which I find absolutely disgusting. Because this fat fuck don't have no right, in my opinion, to be talking about niggas at all. He shouldn't even be in the culture at all. Niggas let him springboard off of the culture, get on, and then low-key dip. He low-key shook them niggas, and he over here doing his thing with his people, not even worried about these niggas. When he come back, he treat these niggas like little niggas, and they the ones that really put him on. The nigga was never funny to me. He was never funny to me. I never got the appeal, none of that. I don't fuck with him, bro. Straight up, he's a cornball to me. I don't care how many views he get. I don't care how much motion he get. I don't care, bro. I don't even really respect fat people, bro. If you're obese, you can't control what go in and out your mouth as a grown man. I don't care about nothing you got to say. Get your fat ass in the gym and stop eating so motherfucking much before you get the word about spitting on black people, man. Fuck Duno, straight up. And that's just that. But Kev walked them niggas down, bro. And I was watching it. I know MacWap is never going to take nothing in life serious other than Kendrick and TDE. Outside of that, Mac don't take nothing serious. But I think certain conversations, if you're going to have them, you need to have them seriously. Or don't have them at all. Some conversations you can't troll your way out of, bro. And I think the trolling in that convo was nasty work. I didn't like it. They gaslit Kev. They knew exactly what Kev was saying. Everything Kev was saying was facts. And the same way that they did when we was there having those type of conversations, they did the same thing to Kev. They don't want to lose that portion of the Hispanic fan base, so they're always going to make excuses when it comes to pointing out the racism towards blacks. Like they always make an excuse with that fat fuck Duno for some reason. They always, oh, well, you know, we be joking about them too. And oh, yeah, we ain't talking about that. We talking about this fat motherfucker right now. Always an excuse. But shout out to Kev, man. He stood on his square. And the convo just, the rebuttals towards Kev was dumb as hell. They said, well, if you know that the Hispanic gangs neighborhood that you live in, if you know that they racist, why you don't go over there and crash out? And Kevin's telling them, bro, I live in their projects. This is their hood, the heart of their hood. Yes, I know they say racist things because they're a racist gang. Do they say it to me every day? No. Do I know that they're probably saying it about people like me or myself when I'm not around? Yes. So they say, oh, well, if you know that much, just go crash out. You want one man to go into a Hispanic hood and crash out on the whole fucking hood like he's some type of superhero. It was just stupid rebuttals like that that made me say, okay, they just trolling and gaslighting me. Like, why can't niggas make a stand for themselves? If they truly believe black and brown is a thing, if they truly believe their fan base is not racist, why does it seem like they're afraid to make a stance for niggas? Why does it seem like whenever it's time to stand up for black people, they refuse to do so out of fear of offending a portion of their fan base or the majority of their fan base? That would mean, you know, deep down, they don't fuck with your kind. They may find you entertaining and laugh and watch your shit, but you can't stand up for yourself. Why would you want that type of person as a viewer? I don't get it. But yeah, let's dive into the convo a little bit.
It hit home for me too in a different light. Like, damn, he was just, you know, he fresh up out of there. And he was just breaking it down. Same thing what you're saying right now.
So he was supposed to crash out every time he saw one though, right?
In jail?
In jail.
Nah. Only like when I did my 4-year stint in the clean.
So why was I supposed to crash out in the projects?
Because you feel this way.
Oh, okay.
What you mean? It's being racist, disrespecting you. I wish I knew you then. You could have called me, bro. I would have
saying I never once said they racist or disrespecting me. I told you the reason why I caught most of my fights.
Outside with none of them? Nothing?
No, because it was never okay for them to do that.
Oh, so they can't even say what's up to you.
Once you turn Culver City and shit, there was no like going outside with regular ass.
They were showing the Culver Cities. That was one thing that
He know
everything. That was one thing that I got schooled up on.
I guess Tiny went to high school over there, so he know what's going on. So in my opinion, he should have been more on Kev's side. But Tiny, he even was playing the middle a little bit. I didn't like that. It's like, bro, we all know what's going on by now. We all know what's going on. There's no reason to keep sugarcoating and tap dancing around this topic. Either keep it real about the topic or just don't talk about the topic, because everybody know when you lying about this topic. Kev being dead ass serious, and niggas want to joke, troll, gaslight, act like they don't understand what he's saying, knowing that exactly what he's saying is facts.
Early 9th grade.
Thank you.
Over cities, they over blacks.
I beat through them projects though.
That's what, like,
what year?
What now, nigga?
You know,
now it's a gate. It's cool.
Man, I'm passing through there. Where them races that Kev talking about?
Venice and Culver City don't get along though. Venice and Culver City, that's like especially Showlines. That's like the Showlines,
Venice, and Sawtell. Yeah.
That's Showline's number one enemies is the Culver Cities, basically. So it was that dynamic too. I'm going to Venice, so they was automatically going to assume that I was from Venice.
Anybody that was black was from Venice.
Out that way, if it's a Culver City, they're going to assume that you're from Venice.
Because them Culver City projects lead you to that canal, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I'll be all through them. Who was in here picking on Kev, nigga? You know I'm talking about that back that let you out
right there. Yeah,
I be through there.
Vista. That shit cool. Now it's solid. Now it's solid. Now it's cool, but like
got into the heated debate because I don't
said nothing wrong. That's what we were trying to get you to understand. Baboon, homie. Don't act like
other people.
Exactly. Yeah. So now in the comments, that's what they gonna call me after the show.
Then it'd be cold.
What would y'all rather call Tiny?
No, you open the door for that, so it's all good.
A gorilla? Or
you
about it. Let's get your story right. Let's go.
All right.
You. That's it, man. What are you talking about?
Why is my story sentiment not the same as yours? All of a sudden,
I don't know the exact timestamp, but it was damn near the whole room versus Kev. And in my opinion, Kev was the only one keeping it real about the topic, straight up. And it's just the same thing when it comes to that side for whatever reason. When it comes to this convo about Hispanics and blacks, they refuse to keep it real. I even seen people saying the moderators was deleting comments from the blacks if it said anything about Hispanics, but they was letting the racist Hispanic comments rock in the comment section. I can't verify because I didn't see it, but I seen somebody in the comment section say that. And then that's why certain people you can't have certain conversations with, because it's not going to be truthful, if you get what I'm saying. And that's what I learned when I got in this podcast shit. I thought everybody was here to keep it real, raw and uncut. And then when you get around and you learn the politics, it's like, damn, that convo will make you look like you're the bad guy. They tried to paint Kev to be the bad guy when Kev is standing up for niggas. They tried to vilify Kev when Kev was the one standing up for niggas. See that? I don't understand these niggas out here. That's why when you see comments from people out of state saying, man, y'all West Coast niggas, y'all scared of Hispanics, it's combos like that they see and they think those are real. They think their opinions are real when they're gaslighting, when they're trolling, when they're lying and not keeping it real because they don't want to offend half of the fan base and lose out on viewership, lose out on those super chats, lose out on those merch sales. So they tap dance and lie to not offend that half of the fan base. The people out of state see that, hear that, and they think that we all like that. Kev was the only one, for the most part, telling the truth. Tyne, he had to sort of tell the truth because he went to school out there, but he still was doing a little too much tap dancing for me. Shout out to Chop Got Sauce for the love. You said B. Lou said something similar on Community and Pun, gaslighting him to walk it back. If you bring up Mexican to Pun, he hear, see, speak no evil. Yeah, that's most of that whole side over there, bro. You got to understand. Duno told them niggas to their face. Without me, y'all wouldn't have these live shows. 90% of the fan base would be gone. So when Duno come around and he get to say shit like, oh, I didn't spit on him because he was a bum. I spit on him because he was black. And then blames it on comedy. They got to sit there and smile and eat that. Pause. Same way at the Kevin Hart roast, you had them up there comedically lynching niggas, And then Kev had to sit there, play politics, and just smile about it. But why no other race gets these type of jokes, though? I don't understand. When you go to their shows, for the most part, they ain't making them type of jokes about themselves. For the most part. Or they're not bringing one of us on there to make the jokes about them and they people. Only niggas allow them to come on our platforms and do that type of shit. They don't invite niggas on their platforms to do that type of shit about they people, though. That's why we don't be getting no fucking respect from these other coasts and these other cities and states, because niggas won't stand on business about shit out here that got to do with niggas unless it's blacks going against blacks. All that he a comedian shit? No, bro. One joke, okay, maybe. Every time we see you, your fat ass got something to say about niggas because you know it's going to spring a lot of attention. Okay, this ain't comedy no more. Now it's starting to sound like this how you really feel. Why they don't ever joke about the Jews then? It's like when you hear them talking about freedom of speech via comedy, why is it never, ever about the Jews? Why is the freedom of speech via comedy or via the Constitution only ever about blacks? Why is freedom of speech only ever reached through being racist, through being prejudiced, through being disrespectful to blacks and the black community and the black culture? Why doesn't that freedom of speech expand to every culture? We don't hear them making Asian jokes like that. We don't hear them making Indian jokes like that. We don't hear them talking about the whites like that. They damn sure don't even mention the Jews. Why is freedom of speech only to niggas? That's why I brought up the topic about Akademiks and this bozo Myron. I don't know if y'all saw that debate. Now, Akademiks previously cooked Sneeko on the debate about Chud, because Sneeko came out and said Chud telling blacks they're chimping out and using the N-word is funny. So Akademiks said, well, what's funny about that? And then, of course, Sneeko, oh, it's freedom of speech, blah, blah, blah. Same excuse they all use. He washed them. Now he doubled back and he debated Myron, washed them. Let's play a few clips. Myron completely contradicted himself this entire
up, because what happens is if someone spits on you, you can't shoot them.
Sure.
If someone knocks your hat off, you can't execute them.
Sure.
So even if I'm going with what you said, yes, I believe he was defending himself, but when you defend yourself, that's you fighting back. So it wouldn't be an assault charge if he had punched the guy back in the mouth or even beat the shit out of him. But when you grab a gun, and then that was, by the way, it's in his intent. He said it multiple times. Hey, I'm leaving a chimp's brain on the pavement. He's not saying that I hope no one threatens my life. He says these altercations where at times people are not even saying, I'm going to kill you. There's nothing that establishes, and you're a former law enforcement agent, so you know better than me. There's nothing that he could, articulate that says, hey, I am in fear of my life. Someone punching you in the mouth is not in fear of your life. He didn't say that. I heard that audio where he was telling the cop. He never said, oh, the guy was trying to grab my gun. He didn't say, hey, I'm about to shoot you with my gun. Basically, trust me, I know you walk around with a gun. I walk around with a gun. There's a lot of Americans that walk around using and establishing their Second Amendment right, the right to bear arms. Whether it's concealed or not, usually everybody's in the know of saying or understanding that it's not the first thing you use towards any type of violent or threatening altercation. If someone says,
So Ak is basically cooking, saying, hey, man, just because dude punched him, that don't give him the right to shoot dude. Because the force that you respond with got to be equal force unless your life is in danger. A punch, your life ain't in danger, bro. He snuck you. You could have turned around. Y'all could have had a fist fight. It was going to be broken up in 30 seconds, and that was that. He's looking for a reason to shoot blacks. There's video evidence dating weeks and months back of him talking about eventually having to unalive a black, shoot a black, kill a black. Plenty of videos and tweets where he already was planning this, which is why he was out there doing what he's doing. I think he was an agent sent out there to spark a race war. And the plan didn't go as planned. But neither here nor there, it was not self-defense.
slap you, you can't shoot them and get away with it. If someone like bumps hard into you and you feel that was, like a act of aggression, you can't execute them. So someone punching this guy in the face, I think he had a severe misunderstanding for a while, thinking that if you touch him, he was well within his right to shoot you. And you tell me if you believe that's legal. So I'm saying he's defending himself. I'm saying he's not right to defend himself with a gun.
Fair. So you're trying to make the argument that the proportionality was off, right?
Yes, because usually most laws say there has to be proportional force. Yeah,
fair. Okay.
In terms of
let's switch Chud out. Let's say it's a 5'2" girl, same exact fact pattern. Can she shoot him?
Fucking idiot. What does a 5'2", 100-pound female getting punched by a grown man got to do with Chud? What does that have to do with Chud out here antagonizing black people, walking around with pepper spray and a gun, tweeting that he's going to shoot somebody black, on video saying that eventually he's going to have to unalive somebody black? What the fuck does that have to do with a 5'2" female that's not in the picture? Myron, low IQ.
After one punch, I would say no. I mean, it would be heavily debated, though, with the jury, I can imagine.
Okay.
Heavily debated. So, right? Like, if it's like, oh, this has been my abuser, there's some history there, I'm really scared, yes. In Chud's case, that's a tough sell. And again,
Chud is not a 5'2" female. He's a grown-ass man. A grown man who was bigger than the guy he was antagonizing who punched his goofy ass. By the way.
Here's my thing. He's been going around citing these, my First Amendment, my Second Amendment, but so you're going to roll the die on people thinking that your frame of mind was that you're scared or you thought your life was in danger when you're online saying for months, I'm going to leave a chimp's brain on the pavement, and he said it was a season finale. Like, all these things, these things are not going to get tossed. He's not going to be looking like Luigi Mangione, who just got the backpack tossed out. All of these things are going to be active in your case.
So let me ask you this, Ak. So for Chud, you believe that his use of force wasn't proportionate to what happened to him. So I said, because you believe one punch doesn't constitute as justification for deadly force. Fair.
Yes.
Then I asked you, well, what if it was a 5'1" woman and this dude punched her? Would she be justified shooting him?
Again, Chud is not a 5'1" woman. So you asking what if he was a woman is irrelevant. Not only that, he wouldn't have got punched if he would have left niggas the fuck alone. See, that's the bottom line. He went out there antagonizing, looking for a confrontation, got what he was looking for, and tried to use that as an excuse to execute somebody black. See, they want to go in the dynamics. Oh, his life was in danger. It's self-defense. There's nothing to defend if you're not out there being racist and antagonizing people, hoping to get a violent response so you can shoot somebody. That's the part that they keep leaving out. Why was he out there antagonizing anybody in the first place? And words have consequences. Let's get that understood. Words have consequences. You threaten somebody, you antagonize somebody long enough, you're going to get met with a physical response. Period.
Right? It'd be a better case, right? Perfect. So what you just did there, I don't think what you just did there was you basically made it, for their girl, the force is reasonable, right? But for Chud, I don't think so. And
Chud's a grown man, not a girl.
This is why self-defense is so important. It doesn't matter.
You don't need self-defense if you leave people the fuck alone. There would have been nothing to defend. Let's keep honing in on that point. There would be no need for self-defense if Chud was not out there antagonizing people and being openly, blatantly disrespectful to grown men and racists. Let's keep that on point. Let's keep that point as the main point.
It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what you think. It really doesn't matter what anyone thinks. The only thing that matters is the person that used the force and what was going on.
Mind you, Myron is a motherfucking immigrant, a black immigrant. I don't even count him as being black, who hates being black. He wants to be white. Myron is the quote unquote immigrant who wanted to fit in with the black Americans and wasn't accepted. So he grew to hate us and then tried to side with the whites. Problem is they don't accept him either. So he's lost.
At their mind at the time of the act when they pulled the trigger or decided to use deadly force. And it's very important to know also, and I went into detail with this with a self-defense lawyer, one of the best lawyers in the country, and he also agrees with me on this. When it comes to self-defense and using deadly force, within milliseconds, that decision can be made, right? This is what protects people from getting wrongly prosecuted when they have had a reasonable inclination to believe their life was in danger.
Bro, the word salad that they're using to try to make it seem as if this grown man was justified of leaving his house, harassing people on the streets, and when he gets met with the response to his harassment that he has the right to shoot somebody. If the roles were reversed and somebody black was walking around antagonizing white people, calling them racial slurs, pepper spraying them, basically forcing them to attack them, if that black guy would have shot the white guy, they would have been asking for the motherfucking death penalty. Let's just be real. If he was online telling the world how he is planning on shooting and killing somebody white, they would have been asking for the death penalty. Let's be real.
For example, let's say you get into a road rage incident, right? You get out the car, the other dude gets out the car. He says, fuck you, act, blah, 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 all this other shit. And then you see him go like this, right? And you see something silver. You pull out your piece and you shoot him, dead, right?
Now, I'm going to play this video where he contradicted himself, right? He basically said words should have no violent reactions, but then this dumbass, low IQ, man, I can't even use these words on YouTube. They're going to blank me out. They're going to demonetize me if I use the words I want to use. He turns around and says the exact same thing. He threatens violence because somebody said something he didn't like. See, this is how low IQ they are.
That's very, if you get that offended over words, that's very bad, bro. Very bad. If you get offended like that over words, that could put you in jail. That could get you hit with an assault and battery charge, a deadly weapons charge, whatever the it may be. God forbid a manslaughter or murder charge because you can't control yourself. 5 seconds. You couldn't control yourself. Now you spending 50 years. You're getting mad at some dude calling someone else a name on the internet. Like, think about that. Talking about haram this, haram that. You're a kafir that. Murtad, all these other bitch ass shit that if they had told me this shit in person, I'll fucking punch them. Call me murtad to my face, I'll fucking knock you out. Extremely disrespectful shit that they would never fucking say to me.
Now you hear this bitch ass nigga? He said, if you would have called me that to my face, I would have knocked you out. So you're co-signing what dude did to Chud, but because you want to make Chud seem like he's innocent, you're trying to demonize what dude did. But you literally said you would do the exact same thing if somebody was to say something racist to you in person. You see how these low IQ fucking idiots contradict themselves at the drop of a dime?
In person, ever. Because they know that it would be a warrant to knock them out right then and there. If you get that offended over words, that's very bad, bro. Very.
Same guy, 2 different clips. Forgot what he said in the first clip. So you can never take nothing that these anti-black agents ever say. Mind you, this dude was law enforcement. Mind you, this dude's an agent. He's there to cause chaos. He's there to raise bait. We know what the going on. Yes, Myron is an Arab. He's not a real black. He's not a real black. He's definitely an Arab, but he definitely has some type of black in his blood. And he hates that. He hates himself. Yeah, he's from like Sudan or some shit like that. Bottom line is, dude is guilty. We know what he was out there doing. He got what was coming to him. I hope they hang his ass.
Bad. If you get offended like that over words, that could put you in jail. That could get you hit with an assault and battery charge, a deadly weapons charge.
Somebody tell Aiden Ross, get me in the ring with this goofy right here, man. This one dude, I just want to just put him unconscious, knock him unconscious. He one guy. He needs to be met. Matter of fact, let me watch my words. This is the internet. I'm gonna chill.
Whatever the it may be, God forbid.
I'm gonna chill. But yeah, y'all go check out the latest episode, man. We'll be back with another one. We'll be back in the studio. I got some errands to run. Share, like, subscribe to the channel. Shout out all the Varway members out there, man. There's a lot more topics to run through, but I got some business to go handle. If I handle this business early enough, I'll come back and finish the topic